In a nutshell, we're talking about risk normalization. Obviously, these guys have done that kind of thing previously. Why should we do that kind of stuff? You know, some of it, yes, is the old homeowner doing his thing. And we shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. You have those day-to-day activities that you do all the time, from driving, handling your product, the whole 9 yards there, guys, that we need to be more alert and watch closely. Driving, you have all kinds of hazards. The road conditions change constantly. You have angry drivers. We're getting into construction season here rather quickly. You'll have all that coming on. Product, we need to stay by our controls, minimize spills if possible, and that's all we're asking you to do, is follow our procedures. Be aware of your surroundings out there when you're when you're out there. Watch your surroundings. Other hazards, you got bad weather. You're in Wyoming. It can change in a minute, from real gorgeous to snowing, cruddy, nasty. You got traffic. You are working at heights. We have had a couple incidents here recently where guys are on top of the tanks on their tanker. We don't have fall protection for you. We do not want you on top of there. Smoking. If you're a smoker, of course, in any Prairie Field Service vehicle, there's no smoking, no vaping. You need to be in an authorized area to smoke. If you're smoking in a CRUDE truck with the placards, it's a pretty hefty fine if patrol catches you. Falls from heights, we just talked about that. No vertical ladders unless you have fall protection and tied off properly. The electronic devices, of course, they're not intrinsically safe and you're in a high gas area. It could be an explosion. Big thing is it's a distraction. You get so engrossed in what you're doing that you're not paying attention to what's going on. Said risk normalization. When we normalize a risk, we're essentially saying it's safe to do this with the shortcuts or changes in our procedures. But is it really safe to do that? How about climbing over containment? You got stairs right there. I'm sure each and every one of us in this room and on YouTube has done it. But what happens when you hook your foot and then you go over and you crash and you burn and then you end up in the doctor's office? And they're looking at the pictures of it going, you had stairwell not 10 feet from you. Why did you choose to do that? That's risk normalization. We've ingrained it in our mind that it's safe to do that instead of following the proper procedures. Crude volume. It's come up quite a bit. We still need to be around 53,000 barrels a day. We want to be there. You've hit it quite a few times, but let's keep her going. Water, we're averaging between 8,000 and 10,000 barrels. They're going to increase quite a bit there too. Texas Crude, they got some flowbacks coming on that's going to be really good for them down there. They're going to have a lot more volume coming through their way. Sarah asked me to put this in here. She put it in for you. If you go to a gym, she'd like to try to find some other discounts. She knows a lot of you go to Lifetime and things like that. But if you go to the Y, she's going to have a sign-in sheet of where do you go to the gym, or on the wall there. Just put what gym you go to, and she'll try to work on getting discounts for those gyms for you. There is a discount at Lifetime right now, as well as Fitness One. But she'd like to find some other places. She wants to help you out. So sign them on the wall there with where you go. On the water side of things, we got to make sure that the valves are properly closed at the sales line, as well as their backup valve, or if they want the tanks closed in themselves. Sometimes they leave the tanks open and equalize. If they got a secondary valve in there, that's got to be closed. The sales line's got to get sucked out because they're freezing up. Customers are getting very upset about that. Water side, make sure we're cleaning out those valves. They got to be all the valves closed, the bleed offs closed, and all of them capped. Spills, if you encounter a spill, not your spill, you just show up and there it is, something going on, report it, please. Over this weekend, we had one that was not ours. It was a pretty substantial spill that we got the finger pointed at us, but it's from a well we weren't even pulling. You got to let somebody know on that right away. If you do have spills, and we've had several this week, one on the water and one on the crude, that were our mistakes but did not get reported. And then you have marketers calling, asking about this spill at this facility or this location, going, what happened? And it makes us look really foolish when we ask them, well, what are you talking about? You got to report the spills. If we report the small ones and the big ones, we're covered. We're not hiding anything from anybody that way. Any questions out there for you guys on YouTube or in here? I got Jason sitting here with me. Did you have anything, Jason?
I don't think so at the moment. I think we're all right.
There we go. Kim?
Thanks.
Yeah, I had a couple things that Sarah wanted us to go over. Boots. If you guys are looking at getting boots at all, hold off just a minute. She's trying to get some discounts at like Boot Barn and a couple of other places I don't know where. We're going to talk to her maybe if you're thinking about getting some, but she is trying to get those discounts set up. David went over the audits. There's the sign-in, or not the audits, I'm sorry, the gym memberships. Come in, sign up, it's posted on the wall. Jason's friend, for anybody that is bowling this weekend, or if you guys didn't sign up for a team but you want to donate, we do have teams that are doing. I have a team, Sarah has a team, Brian does, and I think that there's one or two other teams. So if you guys just want to donate to it, feel free to come and see one of us. We'll make sure that that money goes to the Jason's friends as well. And then audits, when our supervisors and stuff are out doing audits for you guys, they are going to, they fill out paperwork. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them or not, but we have started printing those off, and those are going to be in your boxes. So you guys can actually see how your audits went, see what you did good on, what you need help on. If you have questions on anything, reach out to your supervisor that did the audit, or you can come and see myself or David, and we can, possibly help you out with that as well. If it's something like the life-saving rules that you guys didn't do so hot on, we're going to try to attach a copy of the life-saving rules or attach a copy of the Destination Zero or something, help you out with that so the next time you'll ace it. That's all I can think of. Okay.
Or some of the comments from online. Sarah is reaching out to the Red Wing dealer in town, seeing what they might be able to do for us. Work Warehouse, she's working with that one also. Did I see a lot of the comments on the gyms for online, and we'll put your names on there as to where you're talking about. Any questions from you guys? Comments, concerns? Well, we appreciate you coming out for us today, and be safe out there.